Privet, comrade, and welcome to Company of Heroes 2 Special Review, the sequel to the amazingly successful Company of Heroes 1 that sold over 4 million units worldwide. For those who don't know, Company of Heroes is an RTS war type game where it strives itself on its realism and its grittiness. Company of Heroes 1, released back in 2006, used the Essence 1.0 engine and was under the banner of THQ as the publishing company before obviously THQ's bankruptcy occurred. Company of Heroes 1 used the Essence 1.0 engine, Relic's custom built engine for strategy type gaming, been updated to Essence 3.0 for Company of Heroes 2. This means increased AI, increased tracking, and essentially a much richer experience. Company of Heroes 2 supports DirectX 11, also does work with DirectX 9 because that's what I'm running this on, which is why some of the graphics, when you see my battle video, which will be linked in the description below and at the end of this video, looks a little bit graphically underwhelming. This is not a reflection of the game, this is just how my computer is operating and will soon be rectified when I get a new one. Company of Heroes boasts itself on accuracy, and it's no different this time. We have accurate maps, we have World War II inspired units, we have skins that are customizable via your leveling system, which you can level via any campaign mode, mission, or hereby online match. Online matches are operated with a brand new system wherein actual weather and seasons will affect the gameplay experience, and these will hereby impact the field of war. The game has 18 missions with post content already planned. There's a mini pack for post launch that will be free, and multiplayer maps that will be released free seasonally throughout the product's lifecycle. Brand new to this one is Twitch TV streaming, where you can stream your multiplayer matches online, so it's very good for those YouTubers out there who want to get themselves some good gameplay action. I highly enjoyed this feature. I couldn't sadly try it out, however from what I've seen of it and the fact that it's inbuilt is exciting opportunity and is one I hopefully will be experimenting with in the near future. The campaign is over 14 missions, which is about 12 to 15 hours worth of gameplay, with obviously room for expansion in the future, and also utilises true sight and cold tech technologies, which means the unit's AI will basically shoot what they can see. As in, it actually is accurate. They're not just going to shoot in a range, as it were. They actually can only shoot if they see the target. This also goes alongside the 3D sound, which means when you basically have a 5.1 surround sound system or a 3D headset, you will basically be able to pinpoint the position of where you're being fired, which gives you an enriching and true-to-life battle experience without obviously going on the battlefield and getting shot. Now, how am I going to review such a brand new title? Basically, I'm going to split this review into sections. So we have sounds, we have graphics, we have gameplay, and we have features. These are the four most important things I think in a game. With all these four elements together, you would not have an enriching experience, and henceforth, would it really be worth your cash? So, we'll start off with sound. The sound is very, very rich. The voice acting talent in this game is very superb. I mean, the actual fact that they've basically used proper accents, it doesn't feel like it's, falsified. The dialogue seems natural, it seems very engaging. The storytelling is compelling. It wants to draw you in. It definitely makes you feel like this is 1940s. Definitely 1940 Europe. This is definitely a Soviet/German war, and it's just a unique perspective. I mean, I believe Company of Heroes 1, if I remember correctly, had the British army in there, which was very nice and fine. But it's nice to play as the lesser known factions, as it were, the factions that aren't played as much. It's nice to have them as the focal point of the story. The music is very atmospheric, suits the theme. You may be able to hear the music in the background of this video slightly. It's just very nice. Overall sound design, I would give you a 7 out of 10. Now on to graphics. For if it doesn't look visually interesting, then why would you bother looking at it? That's what my mum always said. So here we have basically some units and some stills from the game, as well as some gameplay cinematics to show you how glorious this graphical game actually is. It's gritty, it's dark, it's a war, it's what you expect. The user interface is very nice, it's not too in your face, it's very suitable. The fact that the mini-maps are hand-drawn looking maps makes you feel like you're in a war. It feels very 1940s, you're not being forced to have a GPS or some sort of futuristic technology that doesn't seem to pull you out of it, you feel part of the action. Visually good. I will not necessarily say it's the greatest user interface I've seen, nor is it the most detailed modelling I've seen on units, but I will say it is accurate. The Grenadiers look like Grenadiers, the Panzers look like Panzers. The fact that you can customise these skins as well by you levelling up and unlocking more is awesome. The weather effects seem to actually make some sort of difference to the vehicles. The units can now for the first time leap over things. They've got a very good cover system. The actual game graphically is very good for an RTS. So I would give it a 6.2. I wouldn't give it much higher personally, but I'd say 6.2 out of 10 is very high for an RTS in my eyes. Bear in mind all these reviews are based on my own subjective nature. And now the core part of the game, the gameplay. Basically, this is what will detail how the mechanics, the aesthetics, the dynamics of the game, how they feel, how they act, the MBA as it were. So, the mechanics, the control mechanism, the actual options available to you are detailed and enough. I'd say that, enough. Controls are very simple. You use your mouse button and you click on cover with your right mouse button to activate behind cover, and also you left click to go over, or to pick up weapons, because you distinctly have a lack of weapons sometimes for your units, especially in campaign missions, and you can upgrade them to have anti-tank missiles, anti-tank rifles, I don't know where I got the missiles from, and whatnot. It's just very on the fly, you're constantly having to look around, there's action every second, you're going to watch your troops, you've got limited resources, you're having to be everywhere in one time. Your brain goes frazzled, you feel like a general, you feel like you're in power, you feel like these are real men that are going to fight and are pretend dying for their cause. So in that sense and all, the gameplay lives up to what its requirements. And I would say, gameplay wise, I would give it a 6.6. This 6.6 is based on my own personal feeling of how I found the control mechanism, how I found intuitive, how I found the tutorial mechanism in the game, how I found the theatre of war, how I just found the whole gameplay experience, how fun I found it. So I'll give it a 6.6, which is above average, which is good. And lastly, I bring to you features. These are the additions to the game and the things that keep you coming back. This was a niggling point for me, and I suppose it probably will be for a few of you out there. Now, in the game options, there is no setting, as I can see, to toggle from full screen to window mode. This doesn't seem like a massive deal. However, if you players are, let's say, having multiple windows open at once or wanting to dual screen, this is a bit of an issue, and those who want to record their gameplay footage tend to like the option to toggle between windows, and also if they have it in a windowed mode, the frame rate capturing software typically is better, performs better. And this does concern me somewhat with Twitch, because again, Twitch tends to work better with Windows and games that are in a windowed mode, not necessarily a full screen mode. However, I would say this depends totally on your computer and how much it really bothers you. The fact it's got Twitch TV integration in it from standard is amazing. That is a definite positive feature, and one I'd like to see in more games. And this will definitely open up the competitive scene, like the first one had, and I just like this. I like this idea a lot. So well done to Relic. So what would I score the features? I would score the features a 5.8. The niggle about the full screen window mode is an issue to me, and I don't understand completely yet how all the DLC, as in the extra expansions, will work. I know there are planned free post-launch downloads that will be available, especially to those who've pre-ordered the game. And I know if you buy it on Steam, you're getting Team Fortress 2 gears and stuff. But I don't know. I can't give it much higher. I think that is the baseline that I'll give it, and I think this is a fair rating for my personal opinion for the features and options available in the game at this present time. So now we come to the stickiest subject of any review: value for money. Is it worth your cash? Now, again, this is going to be very subjective. The price of it in the UK market on Steam is priced at $39.99, and I believe this is also going to be the retail price at most retail participants upon day of launch. This is standard price for a launched game, so it's nothing too unexpected, if that makes sense. And based on the popularity and fantasticness of the first one, I don't see this bit price being much of a concern to fans of the series, and to those who like RTS and the war game genre as a whole. Basically, if you like games such as Dawn of War, Rome Total War franchises, and Age of Empires, these kind of action-y games that keep you thinking, then this game is on the level, and £40 of your cash is not bad. I mean, that's about 4 subways. No. Oh, 8 subways. 4 subways, oh, sorry. 8 subways, and the meal deals and such as well. So that's not too bad. That's competitive pricing, that's fine. I would say, however, if you want to try it for the first time, I would recommend downloading a demo of the game or waiting until the game has been out for a while. But that does not mean this game is bad. This game is definitely worth investing if you're into that type of game. So this has been Ellipse 3, bringing you a very, 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 very first review from the G Collab channel on Company of Heroes 2. See you on the battlefield, comrade.